all of these pattern pieces that we've marked out, okay? So as you can see, they're all numbered, which of course correspond to the different numbered pattern pieces here. So the next part is we're going to be opening out these pattern pieces and finding out which pieces that we need to cut out. Right, as you can see, I've laid out all of my pattern pieces. Okay, as you can see, there's actually quite a few sheets here, but of course that is everything, okay, and a lot of pattern pieces we're not going to need. So first of all, first thing what I do usually is get the front pattern piece, okay, so find the actual front of your jacket, okay. So I've got it here, which is number 24, it says here front so as well, front for B, because of course we're going to be using design B, so this is the front, okay, and of course it's corresponding to here as well, number 24, I've got that marked, front B, so that's there. So find your front and find the shoulder point. Now as you can see here, this is the top of the pattern piece here, and you can see that this is going to be the shoulder point. Now find your shoulder on here, so that's that one, number 11, and we've got 6.5 inches, okay, now that's our actual shoulder. Now remember, you need seam allowances on there as well. So let's just measure 6.5, okay, now as you can see, 6.5, we've got a seam allowance here, and we've got a seam allowance here. That is then using the largest pattern, okay, so we're going for a 42. So of course we've got here sizes 38, 40, 42. So cut out, now that you've got your shoulder point, all of the pattern pieces to the largest size, okay, so I'm going to be cutting out mine to 42 because it's the closest corresponding to my measurement of the shoulder. Okay, so we're just going to take this out of the way. So that's what we're going to be doing. So let's just take all of these others out of the way for now. Let's just take all these out of the way so that we're just left with the pattern piece that we're going to be cutting out for now. So I'm just going to take these out of the way here and start cutting these pattern pieces out. Okay, so it's really easy. So we're following the largest size, which is size 42. We're following that exactly. So we're just going to cut right round. Okay, because once we've cut out our pattern pieces, we can then start manipulating the size according to our measurements. So let's just keep cutting this round, so just carefully cut this whole piece out. So as you can see here, this is the lapel. So just keep cutting round all the way around the whole of this pattern piece. Okay. So I'm going to continue cutting out all of my pattern pieces. Now of course, remember, you're going to need, now where have I put the little, now where I've put, here we are, this is it. So remember, you need to cut out all of the pattern pieces that you've marked, okay, so they're clearly numbered. So of course this is number 24 for me here, okay, so you can see 24 here, and of course it's corresponding to pattern piece 24. So you need to cut out all of the pattern pieces, numbered, the ones that you've marked, and cut those out to the size which is closest to your measurements, okay, and when you've done that, we can start manipulating our pattern. So, I've cut out all of my pattern pieces, and there's actually a fair amount of pieces there. You've got pockets, lining panels, main body panels, pocket bags, everything there. Even down to the facing and the canvas pieces as well, that need cutting out. So, of course, I've got quite a lot of spare pattern pieces here. Of course, the pieces that I'm not going to use, say the trousers. So what I've done is I've just got an envelope here, and I'm just doing this. Now I do this with all of my patterns. Just put that in a large A4 envelope to just store that pattern when I need it next. And of course here we've got our instructions here of the pieces that we need. Now just check the pieces that you need to see if you've got them all. If you're happy with that, you can then discard this and again put these pattern construction, the actual instructions for your jacket in here as well. Okay, so we just keep all this together, because you never know, you might make a pair of trousers or anything later on, and at least then you've got your pattern. So always keep your pattern together in an envelope like that. That's what I do, okay, because you might need it later on. So now that you've got all of your pattern pieces cut out, we're now ready to go on to the next part, where we're going to be putting these pattern pieces on our toiling fabric. Now I've got my toiling fabric here. Let's just have a look. Now it's that curtain lining or calico, and I've got enough fabric there to be able to make up the main body panels of our jacket, and we can then start the manipulation by altering the jacket with pins when it's stitched up in our calico fabric. Okay, so that's what we're going to be doing to manipulate our pattern in the next video. So I will see you then.